today we're testing out the ThermoMaven G1 Wireless thermometer. How effective and efficient and affordable is it compared to other wireless thermometers? We've tested a ton of those on my channel, and I was excited to be sent this by ThermoMaven to test out. There's a lot of things I like about this, and I can't wait to put it to the test and share my learnings and answer any questions you have. So stick around. We're gonna be talking about the key features and grilling a steak. It's one of my go-to things to test any wireless and thermometers out there, is just grilling a steak. So that's what we're gonna do. Stick around, we're gonna jump right into it. Let's talk about the key features. That's why you are here. So the first thing is I love the portability and the simplicity of the device. And so kind of show you what it looks like on the back end. That's where the wireless thermometer goes, like this. And it's got, on the back, it's got like these little bevels, so when you sit it down, it has a nice spot to sit. It's got a volume button that you push here. Then you've got Celsius, Fahrenheit control here, depending on where you live. You get the power button here. And then the digital display. So that's the key. That first key feature is when you remove the thermometer, you can see the display here and all the things that it shows on there. So you essentially have your internal temperature, you see your battery life status, you see your Wi-Fi status, you see your target temperature and your ambient temperature, and it says cooking. So I like having a display quickly to look at. And then a nice storage in the back, and I just noticed early in the week, oh yeah, that's nice. It's got a power volume button here, and then a nice power button on the side. So very compact, sleek, pretty light, but yet not too light that it's going to be blown away. And so that's the key feature that I wanted to mention. There is the display. The next one is the reliable sub-1G connectivity. So that's the second feature that ThermoMaven highlights specifically. It's allowing you to track your food from up to 3,000 feet away in unobstructed issues, and then 700 feet in obstructed areas. So for example, like you have a metal grill or something like that, or you're offset, and then you got your brisket or things like that wrapped in foil. So you have 3,000 feet of unobstructed connectivity, and then 700 feet in obstructed areas depending on your situation. But although with this reliable sub-1G connectivity, you also, when you have connectivity through Bluetooth and Wi-Fi together, it's going to allow you to monitor your temperatures also with an app. And so that's also another thing. You can download the app. It's super straightforward to download. It connects to your Wi-Fi really easily. I was able to do it in one shot. I had no connectivity issues, but just like any device, you want to make sure that you have the right gigahertz and all that kind of stuff is proper, so it actually syncs up. Sometimes people have that issue, so you want to make sure you look at that as well. But it connects super easy. It has a nice app features, really I think pretty intuitive. It's got, you know, all the categories for your protein. It shows, like, very similar to the display here, your target, your ambient, and it shows you some graphs as well. So everything that you would want in an app, it has, and I have not had any issues in just turning it on and testing it out. Now we're going to do a true test with food, but just in the initial download, super easy. And that's the connectivity feature. The third is that it's got 6 sensors precision. It's NIST certified. So there's 5 internal sensors and 1 external sensor, and it's been tested, and you get kind of a nice certificate showing that they've tested these within 0.5 degrees accuracy. So that's pretty cool and pretty standard across most of these thermometers. So it's exactly what you want to see. The next one is high heat resistance and also IPX8 waterproof, which is typically standard in most of these thermometers. But I will say it goes up to 752 degrees Fahrenheit. Now there are other, in full transparency, there are other thermometers that go higher, but for the most part, when you think about how you're going to be using your wireless thermometer and you're grilling steaks, which we're going to do today, where we're going to reverse sear and kind of see how it does in the low and slow portion, and then we're going to bump up the heat, and I can get a good sear between 500 and 700 degrees. So I'm not really concerned if it goes up to 1,000 degrees. So 752 is a good standard base, and I'm happy with that. And then it's got the app control cooking as the last feature, which I've already talked about and kind of showed you on the screen. So those are the key features. Hopefully that answer questions about like what does this do compared to other thermometers. And you know, while we're talking about it, because we're going to spend the last half of the video talking about and testing it out, let's go ahead and talk about pricing. Probably my favorite thing, without even testing it, is, well, I love the design, love the digital display, I love it has an app and all these other features, but I love the price point compared to all the thermometers out there I see. It is super competitive. $69 right now on Amazon. They're selling this, and plus you get 10% off with my code. I'll have on that screen, I think it's Bartlett's Barbecue, and you get 10% off that $69. That is a super competitive price for a nice wireless thermometer that has a digital display and these key features. You look up all these other brands, and I've used them and have some. They work good, but the price point is a little higher. That's super competitive, and it really is attractive about this brand that I'm really impressed with so far. So definitely check that out as you watch this video and see us test it and kind of see for yourself if this is something you want to try. So without further ado, that's the price point, that's the key features. Let's actually put it to a test. And this is just simple. I didn't buy crazy thick, you know, just high-end steaks. It was just kind of what we would typically buy. New York strip steaks. I love New York strip steaks. That's what we're going to do. Unpackage these, bring you in, get them seasoned up, and put them on the Kamado Joe and get this thing cooking and testing out this thermometer. All right, team, so we're using my seasonings, dust bowl and oil, salt, pepper, and garlic, celery seed, and then garlic butter flavor, which I think is a fun combination. You don't have to use a binder for steak or anything really if you don't want to, but we'll just show you with one steak. But I like to use hot sauce to kind of give it, I mean, you don't taste it for the most part, but I feel like it gives it just a subtle, nice taste. So I'm not too worried about that. And then we will season these bad boys up with a good base of salt, pepper, and garlic. And if you wanted to, like, you could salt brine this, you know, for an hour or even overnight, especially if it was like a really thick steak. And salt and pepper is all you really need, but I like layering. Since I have my own seasonings, I like to layer my steaks with different flavors. So I just love the garlic flavor. We won't do too much of this, so that's why you're seeing just a dusting. So we'll go ahead and load this up with the wireless thermometer here, and take this out of its tray here, put it in the back, and that's got a line telling you where to stop. And so we are ready to put this on the grill. Go ahead and season that one up, and then we'll bring you over to the Kamado Joe. All right, team, we've got the Kamado Joe up to about 300 degrees, reverse searing it, where I've got lump charcoal on the right side with a heat deflector on the left. I'll show you on the screen a different shot of this. And we're gonna let this cook till like probably 118, and then we'll bring it down to the divide and conquer system and do direct grilling, and get a good sear and let it rest for a few minutes, and then ready to go. And then we'll talk about the performance of the thermometer. All right, team, so we're at that mark where we want to start searing, and so we're gonna go ahead and put this on the grill grates above, and above the fire, kind of show you what that looks like. We're gonna let this sear for about 30 seconds to maybe even up to a minute, depending on how much fire is gonna end up coming up there. But let me show you how hot it is so we kind of get an idea. All right, so yeah, we're at 750 degrees on some parts. We got some flame going, a little over almost 900 degrees. Now the flame is starting to come up, and we'll flip these. We've got a good char there. That's nice. And you didn't get a chance to see me flip those, but that's kind of what that looks like. All right, folks, so the steaks are done, and this, so far, man, the alarm system let me know. I sat down to do some work, and the alarm went off when it said, hey, you're almost to your internal temperature. And so then I was like, oh yeah, I need to go ahead and get that thing seared. So I did go hotter than I typically would, so that could kind of speed up the cook for myself because I'm hungry. So I went higher, like over 300 degrees. Typically I like to go 250. But being thinner steaks, I didn't mind that at all. And my wife doesn't like medium rare, but I do. So I'll try to do somewhere in between. So just FYI when we get to slicing. So what I'm gonna do is let this rest for 5 or so minutes. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go on this is silly, but I'm gonna go for a walk and just test out the whole 700 feet thing and just check my phone and see how that works, being away from the base. And then I don't think I'm going to be able to test the 3000, but overall it performed exactly how it said it would, especially when it comes to the app, which I show on screen whenever the alarm went off, and then looking at the digital display, the temperatures were the same, and it hit those milestones where you can set notifications to remind you at a certain temperature, hey, you just hit it, or you exceeded it, or warn you you've gone above it. So far so good. So I'm gonna bring you back and slice this and kind of let you know what I thought about walking around and see how it did. All right, friends, we have finished up that walk and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes. Some of the juices from the foil is on this plate here, but wanted to pull this out. It's still even clean. That's nice. And just kind of show you how we did. And again, remind you that I'm cooking for my wife, so she doesn't love medium rare. And then I'm not sure what's going to shine through here. But man, it does look good. And then you can pull some of that apart. Hey team, it's Scott from Bartlow's Barbecue. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe on the channel. It really helps us grow and build this community. And I also want to take a moment to tell you about my new cookbook called Meat Buyer and Friends. Easy backyard grilling and barbecue recipes, really designed for the beginner, or if you are one that's been doing it for a while and you're just looking for some fun backyard ideas, this is for you. Each recipe also has a QR code showing you how I do it from one of my Instagram Reels or TikToks or YouTube videos, showing you how I do it, and then you make it your own. Also have my 3 seasonings and sauce. So we've got All Y'all, which is a one we talked about, which is salt, pepper, garlic. We have Dust Bowl garlic butter flavor seasoning. And then we have our kind of original, which is sweet red dirt and all-purpose barbecue seasoning, and then our Heartland hickory cherry sauce. So we're trying to build a community that's a lot of fun, but Oklahoma-inspired flavors, bring it to your backyard, bring you that southern hospitality as well, and continuing to just raise the value of building community around good flavor. That is the spirit of Bartlow's Barbecue, and we hope that you'll be a part of this community as well. All right, friends, this concludes the test, and overall this thing performed really well, just like the way I think I would expect it to, and all the features that they promote, it did. Now, I couldn't do the 3,000 feet test, or I didn't do that part, but I did do that walk, and I pulled up my app, the base was here, and it stayed connected. And that was nice. And so overall, yeah, I think it performed well. Love that digital display. It's magnetic as well. The volume, the power on the side, all the features on your app as well. And so I think for the price point, you cannot go wrong. So just a reminder, I'll have a link in the description, but on the screen, my Bartlow's Barbecue discount code to help you check this out. But you know what? I would definitely recommend this for the price point, the efficiency, and it performed really well. Man, that was awesome. So overall, let me know in the comments what questions you have about it. Do my best if I can answer those, or if you have concerns, or if there's something I didn't test and I missed that you thought would be helpful. Let's turn our chat into a forum and have a good discussion about this product and questions. But again, I probably want to highlight the price point and the efficiency and how well it performed. Man, it really is awesome. Like that really impressed me. So I'm really happy to be able to show you a product that's affordable and performs really well. So hopefully that's helpful. And from my backyard to yours, less hate, more love, good barbecue. Till next time.